Welcome everyone back to the Cardman's Cards. I'm the Cardman, and today we're going to be going over the Union combos for the Union support. I'm not necessarily sure what to classify this other than Union, because they're not inherently an archetype, but we're going to go over the new XYZ monsters and the support they go over, and do some combos with the existing cards with the list that you saw just previously early in the week. So, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, the first combo here is there is a 1 card combo to a 7, I think it's 7, possibly 8. An 8 negate board, starting with the new X Cross Cannon. It's a very powerful card, and there's many ways to search it. There's 9 1-card starters in this deck. 9, which is really nuts. I will show a combo using each of the 9 in sequential order. And there's a couple ways to do 2 of the 1-card combos. So I'll go over individually. So first we're going to go ahead and start a normal summon X Cross Cannon. And we're going to trigger X Cross Cannon's effect. And we're going to equip the Buster Drake. So he allows it to be treated as it's equipped by its own effect. We're going to go ahead and trigger Buster Drake. Summon itself. Then this is where we're going to go ahead and start doing shenanigans. We're going to link into Platinum using the 2 monsters we have. And then Buster Drake will trigger, since it was sent to grave from field, I can add a Union monster. We're going to add White Dragon Head. And we're going to use Platinum's effect to special. Summon White Dragon Yearhead. Yearhead will trigger. We're going to go ahead and equip B back from grave. Let's start this again. Alright, the first combo we're going to go over there is using the new X Cross Cannon. The very powerful one is a 1-card combo that basically ends you on 7, possibly 8 negates, or interactions, I'm going to say. They're not inherently negates. One of them is a spell and trap pop, but interactions, we're going to say. There is 9 1-card starters, meaning 3 different cards are 1-card combos to the same end board. Different sequencing, but same thing. We're going to go ahead and start with Cross Cannon, because he's the most inherent new card out of all of them. One of them happens to just be the field spell. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to normal summon Cross Cannon. We're going to activate Cross Cannon. He's going to go ahead and equip us a Union. We're going to equip a Buster Drake. Buster Drake effect to summon itself, because it's equipped by its own effect, so it's not a lock. I'm going to go ahead and summon, and then we're going to go ahead and start linking. We're going to link into Platinum, linking Cross Cannon and Drake. We're going to go ahead and trigger Buster Drake's effect. We're going to grab Dragon Yearhead, sorry. And we're going to use the effect of Platinum to special it. Special Dragon Yearhead. Triggering the Yearhead to summon back equip back Buster Drake. Now we're going to summon Buster Drake again off its own effect. And then this is where we're going to start going into the new cards. And we're going to go ahead and contact Fuse into Union Controller using Y and Platinum. And we're going to go ahead and summon it. Its effect on summon is going to allow us to grab a card that mentions Union Monster, which is most of your spells. I'm going to go ahead and grab Union Hanger. We're going to activate Union Hanger. Union Hanger on activation grabs the Light Machine Union. We're going to go ahead and grab Torque Tune Gear. This little fella. And then we're going to go ahead and trigger the Union Controller effect to summon a Union. Summon Torque Tune Gear. Trigger the effect of Field Spell. We're going to go ahead and equip a Assault Core. Reason you're attaching Assault Core is for the fact that when it's sent to grave, you can add back another monster, and you're going to need one for later for discard when you go into the other card, into Galaxy Soldier. So we're going to go ahead and synchro into Shooting Riser using Torque Tune Gear and Union Controller. So him. And this is where we get to chain Shooting Riser and Assault Core. Assault Core is going to go ahead and grab us back Torque Tune Gear. Then we're going to go ahead and dump or send Crush Wyvern. Sadly, the weakest of the pieces. Now, since we have a 3 and a 4, we can synchro into Ancient Fairy. And then B will trigger. Going ahead and grab us a Zillion Tank. Ancient Fairy's effect is going to go ahead and pop the field spell. Destroy Union Hanger, going to get 1,000, and then we're going to add a different field spell. Go ahead and grab a Disc Coliseum. The reason you want to run Disc Coliseum is so you can search Regulus, because Regulus works with the Union monsters really, really well. We're going to leave Regulus in the hand for right now, but we're going to go ahead and activate Ancient Fairy's second other effect to summon a level 4 or lower monster. So we're going to go ahead and summon Zillion Tank. Zillion Tank will trigger. We're going to go ahead and equip Yearhead. Yearhead's effect to summon itself as the Union monster. Summon itself, and then it will trigger its own effect to equip another card. We're going to go ahead and equip back the Core. Now we're going to summon Core this time. Now that we use what we need. And we're going to go ahead and run it. Overlay into Galaxy Photon. Photon allows us to detach to add a Galaxy card. I'm going to detach Zillion Tank. Grab Galaxy Soldier and add the card to the hand. Now, before we do anything else, we're going to go ahead and link into Hieratic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres, just to get these two off the field. You don't have to do it right now, but it's just easier to have more board space. We're going to go ahead and link into Heavenly Spheres, and then we're going to go ahead and trigger Regulus. Regulus is going to equip Buster Drake. We're going to summon him all the way over here so we don't impede our zones, and equip B. Then we're going to activate B and go ahead and summon it. Now we're going to link into this new little guy, Top Hat Hair, the Silhouette Magician, using A and B. And we're going to chain a bunch of effects. We're going to chain his effect, and we're going to chain A effect, and we're going to go ahead and chain a B. You probably want to do B last, in the middle there to chain block it so it can't get ashed. We're going to go ahead and grab another Union card. I'm going to grab another Yearhead. What's the matter which Union you grab? And then we're going to go ahead and add Crush back, because technically can't use Crush this turn due to the fact of Riser Dragon, shooting Riser. Technically turns off Crush for the turn. We're going to go ahead and set this trap, which is Silhouette, which is basically an effective 2-card negate. And we're going to go ahead and activate Galaxy Soldier. We're going to pitch Galaxy Wyvern and summon Galaxy Soldier. We're going to trigger his effect to grab another Galaxy card. We're going to grab Galaxy Soldier. Using Galaxy Soldier, we're going to go ahead and pitch the Torque Toon Gear, summon the second copy of itself, and we're going to go ahead and overlay into Cyber Dragon Nova. And then overlay on top of Nova into Infinity. Now, we already have 4 interruptions. We have Regulus, Infinity, Hieratic Seal, and this is a 2-card negate, because it checks for how many illusions you control, which you technically have 2 on activation, because you'll have the hat, the hair, and the card itself. But this is where we get even more. We're going to go ahead and summon ABC, which is by banishing A Cell Core, B Buster Drake, and C Crush Wyvern, to fusion summon ABC Buster Drake. And then go ahead and do the new one, which is X, Y, and Z into XYZ Hyper Dragon Cannon. So, with everything banished and summoned, we have Quick Effect Banish, Quick Effect Destruction, Omni Negate, Quick Effect Bounce, 2 monster negates off of this card, and then when this card is summoned, you have a Spell and Trap pop from Top Hat Hair. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 interactions on our opponent's turn that they have to play through. Granted, this board is very frail and very easy to break through. Building it. Once it's made, it's hard to get rid of because there's so many ways to stop it. Your opponent activates Regeki, negate with Regulus. Opponent activates a monster effect, negate with Infinity. Opponent summons a different monster. Bounce with Heavenly Spheres. There's so many ways to stop your opponent from playing with this board. But getting to this board is very frail. This deck loses to Droll, Imperm, Veiler, Ghost Mourner, Ash, Nibiru. Basically every hand trap in the game stops this deck. No matter what. Just for the solid fact that it's that frail and easy to stop. It's a very powerful end board, but a very difficult one to actually make. The opponent sees it once, they're not going to let you do it again. Unless they open no hand traps, and then they're just, well, they're out of luck. But I think that's it for this combo. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the next combo. I'm gonna use the new spell. Alright, the next one card combo we have here is using Union Activation. Union Activation allows you to send a Light Machine normal monster, or normal or Union, from hand or deck to the grave, and if you do, add a Light Machine monster with the same attack but different original name. So, if you understand what this card does, you already know what I'm going to do. So we're going to go ahead and just activate Union Activation. Sadly, this is where Ash would just kill the combo, because this has to send from deck to grave. Hand or deck to grave. Which technically is ashable. And you have no other cards in hand that do anything, this is where the combo dies. Sadly. But if it doesn't, I'm going to go ahead and send X Head Cannon, which everyone's like, whoa, why are you running X Head Cannon? Because it allows me to do one-card combos. And Cross Cannon. And Cross Cannon is typical summon. We're going to go ahead and just summon like we did last time. Activate Cross Cannon. Equip B. B summon itself. And then link for Platinum. Platinum. Effective B. Add Y-Dragon Yearhead. Platinum effect to summon. Summon Yearhead. Yearhead effect to equip. Equip B. Effective B. Summon. And then contact. Union Controller. Activate Union Controller on summon effect. Grab the field spell. Activate Union Hanger. Union Hanger effect. Grab a Light Machine. Union Monster. Grab Torque-Tune Gear. Using the effect of Union Controller to special Torque-Tune Gear. Effective field spell. Equip to Torque-Tune Gear. And equip A. Then we're going to go ahead and start Synchro. Synchro for shooting Riser. Chain Riser to A. A is going to add back Torque-Tune. And then we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves. Send to grave. Crush Wyvern. And then we're going to Synchro again for Ancient Fairy. B effect. I'm going to go ahead and grab Zillion Tank. Ancient Fairy Dragon. We're going to go ahead and destroy the field spell. Pop it. Effect. Just Coliseum. You can inherently also leave that for now until you need the Regulus to summon back the other Union monster. You can do the Ancient Fairy Dragon's effects in any order. I just blow up the field spell first, just inherently, so I'm used to doing. And we're going to go ahead and activate Ancient Fairy Dragon's second effect, other effect. Summon. Trigger. Go ahead and equip Yearhead from Banishment. Activate Yearhead effect to summon. Equip from Grave. Hand or Grave. Go ahead and equip Salt Core. Salt Core is going to summon itself. And then we're going to go ahead and overlay into Galaxy Photon. Galaxy Photon effect. Detach to head and add. Add Galaxy Soldier. And we're going to go ahead and activate this Coliseum. We're going to have an Ethereum monster. We're going to go ahead and grab Regulus. We're going to activate Regulus. Equip Buster Drake. Summon. summon. No effect. Now, we just make a bunch of lake monsters. Radix Seal. And then Top Hat Hair. And let's chain a bunch of effects. Chain Hair. Chain a Buster Drake. Let's chain Link 2. And then chain Assault Core. I'm going to go ahead and grab back C. Grab another Union monster. We're going to grab a Zillion Tank this time. And we're going to go ahead and set the trap card. And then activate Galaxy Soldier. Pitch Crush Wyvern. Summon itself. Add another Galaxy card. A second copy of Galaxy Soldier. Activate Galaxy Soldier. Pitch Torque Toon Gear. Summon itself. And we're going to go ahead and overlay into Cyber Dragon Nova. And overlay again once again into Infinity. And then we're going to go ahead and fusion A, B, and C. Go ahead and go into Dragon Buster. And then X, Y, Z. X, Y, Z Hyper Dragon Cannon. So, same 8 interruption end board. Same 1 card in hand. Same trap set. All off of the new spell card. Due to the fact that you have to run X Head Cannon as a brick. If you open X Head Cannon without a way to get to that spell card, you basically can't play. The solid fact is your typical starter card, being X Head, X Cross Cannon, you cannot access. If there's no way to get to that spell, or no way to search Cross Cannon, which other than that spell, there really isn't. You really can't combo off all that well. Or not as effective. But that's really it. So that is it for this combo. There is one more combo, 2 variants of this combo, so I'll go through both quickly. That is using the field spell. Other than that, there's a couple 2-card combos to go through, and then we'll go from there. So, alright, so the next couple combos we're going to do is basically the same end board, but we're going to do it with a 1-card combo using the field spell, which is very different pathing compared to the opening Cross Cannon or Union activation. The solid fact that you're going to be summoning monsters in a different order and not even summoning certain monsters as you did prior. So let's go ahead and activate Union activation. Sorry, Union Hanger. We're going to go ahead and add a light Union. We're going to start with B. We're going to go ahead and normal summon B. We're going to go ahead and activate the Union Hanger effect. And this is where Union Driver comes in really, really helpful. We're going to go ahead and activate Union Driver. We're going to send a Union Driver, and then we're going to go ahead and equip another B. Because, you know why? Because B searches, and 2 searches is 2 times awesome. So we have 2 copies of Buster Drake, which allows us to go ahead and link for Platinum. And then Platinum, we're going to go ahead and chain a B to B. We're going to BB. Buster Drake, Buster Drake. Now, we're going to go ahead and grab our 2 cards. We're going to go ahead and grab Yearhead. You always want that one to be chain link 1. No, that ad particularly. Because if they ash the 1 ad, you always just want to go ahead and grab the Yearhead. No matter what. Because Torque Toon Gear is technically summonable by off of another card. Which I'll mention that when we get there. We're going to go ahead with the chain 2. We're going to go ahead and activate Gadget. Summon Yearhead. And we're going to go ahead and equip Buster Drake. Now, we're going to leave Buster Drake equipped this time for the solid fact that its ad is going to be there anyways. And we're going to have another body on board to synchro. So we don't necessarily need the Buster Drake right now. So we're going to go ahead and just contact. Now, 2 things are going to trigger. We're going to go ahead and activate Union Controller, while also activating B. B is inherently going to grab us Zillion Tank, while Union Controller is going to grab us Union Activation. Union Activation is going to activate, send Y Dragonhead, and go ahead and grab Cross Cannon. Now, Cross Cannon's effect allows us to summon it if there's a fusion on the field, which we do. So that allows us easy access to that. And then we're going to go ahead and activate Cross Cannon's effect. I'm going to go ahead and equip Assault Core. We're going to go ahead and trigger Union Controller to summon the Torque-Tune Gear. And then we're going to use Assault Core effect to summon itself. This is how you get the additional add of Torque-Tune Gear and the Assault and the Crush Wyvern later in the combo to both hands, plus the effect of the next Buster Drake to add another card to add with a 5-card hand. So you don't inherently have just an empty void in the spot as the card started out as. We're going to go ahead and Synchro, Shooting Riser, Torque-Tune, and Union Controller. Go ahead and then Shooting Riser. Using the effect of Shooting Riser, we're going to go ahead and dump Crush Wyvern. Now, normally you use B for this. We're going to use A Assault Core in this scenario. We're going to go ahead and Synchro into Ancient Fairy this way. Because now we get the effect of Assault Core. We're going to go ahead and grab Torque-Tune back. We're going to use Ancient Fairy Dragon's effect. We're going to pop the field spell. We're going to grab the other field spell. We're going to grab Disc Coliseum. We're going to go ahead and activate Disc Coliseum. And one Therion monster. We're going to go ahead and summon Regulus. Just in case our opponent wants to do some silly stuff. And equip a B. Now, we're going to go ahead and use the effect of Ancient Fairy to summon a Zillion Tank. Then Zillion Tank effect's going to go ahead and grab us Y. Then Y is going to go ahead and summon itself. Y effect is going to equip a Buster. Oh, sorry. You should equip Assault Core. I clicked the wrong one. That would grab you Crush Wyvern. This is meant to be Assault Core. Whoops. Still works though. You still get the additional monster for the discard for Galaxy Soldier. Depending on what your opponent does, if they negate you here, you can summon the other card off and still get the cards you need. So it doesn't necessarily matter how you do the rest of this board. Because now we're just going to go ahead and overlay for Photon using these two. And Photon effect is going to go ahead and pitch. We're going to add Galaxy Soldier. And we're going to link those two off for Heretic Seal. Now we're going to use Buster Drake, unless it's not there. Summon. I'm going to go ahead and link into Top Hat Hair. I'm going to chain some effects. Chain Top Hat. And again, this was meant to be Assault Core. Doesn't necessarily matter, because it still gets you an additional card to pitch. I'm going to go ahead and grab Zillion. And I guess we'll grab your head just because we can. Set the trap card. I'm going to go ahead and activate Galaxy Soldier. Pitch Y Dragon Nearhead. Summon itself. Effect. I'm going to go ahead and grab another Galaxy Soldier. And we're going to go ahead and use the second effect of Galaxy Soldier. Pitch Torque-Tune Gear to summon itself. And we're going to go ahead and overlay into Cyber Dragon Nova. And go ahead and overlay into Infinity. And then we're going to poly. We're going to fusion A, B, and C into ABC Dragon Buster. And we're going to go ahead and go into X, Y, and Z into XYZ Hyper Dragon Cannon. So, same end board, same additional card in hand, Same trap card set, same everything else off of the field spell. Now this is the one line to do it. I will go over the second one momentarily. But yes, that is roughly all 9 one-card combo, well, 3 technically, lines that you can make using 9 cards. Using 9 cards in the deck to allow you to make this board. 9 distinct cards. Technically 10, because terraforming. If you run terraforming, which you inherently don't have to, but I am, it counts as 10, because terraform technically is just another copy of field spell. So if you open terraforming, you have this, unless it gets ash. But yeah, it's technically 10 cards, so 1/4 of your deck gets you to this end board, which is nuts. I'm gonna go ahead and jump and go ahead and start and just do the next line. So, the other side of the 1-card combo for Union Hanger uses a different sequencing of monsters, same overall end goal. Let's go ahead and get started. Activate Union Hanger. Go ahead and add a B, still using B as the main starter. Go ahead and normal B. Using the effect of field spell, we're going to go ahead and equip Union Driver. Union Driver effect. It's going to banish itself. I'm going to equip a Assault Core. And we're going to summon Assault Core. And we're going to contact. Sorry, not contact, but link. And we're going to chain. We're going to chain 1B, chain 2A. I'm going to go ahead and grab back the B. And we're going to go ahead and grab Dragon Earhead. Now, we're going to go ahead and activate Platinum to summon Earhead. Trigger Earhead. Go ahead and summon from the grave. Now we're going to contact into Union Controller. Union Controller is going to grab a Union Activation. We're going to go ahead and activate Union Activation. We're going to send X Head Cannon and grab X Cross Cannon. We're going to Special Cross Cannon. Cross Cannon effect. We're going to go ahead and equip Torque Tune Gear. Use Torque Tune Gear effect to summon itself. We're going to go ahead and use the effect of Union Controller to summon the B. We're going to use B's effect on field to equip to the A. Now, we're going to go ahead and synchro. Shooting Riser. Riser effect. Go ahead and send Crush. And we're going to synchro into Ancient Fairy. We're going to trigger some things. Trigger A. And chain B. We're going to grab a Zillion Tank. I'm going to go ahead and grab Torque Tune Gear. Back. We're going to go ahead and activate Ancient Fairy, pop the field spell. I'm going to go ahead and grab Disc Coliseum. We're going to use Ancient Fairy Dragon's effect to summon Zillion Tank. Zillion Tank effect. It's going to go ahead and summon, equip Y. Y is going to go ahead and summon itself. And it'll equip. I'm going to go ahead and equip A. Now, we're going to go ahead and activate Disc Coliseum. We're going to grab a Regulus. We're going to go ahead and summon Regulus. Equipping a Buster Drake. Now, go ahead and overlay Tank and Cannon into Photon. Activate Galaxy Photon, detach. Go ahead and grab Galaxy Soldier. add the card to hand. And we're going to link into Heretic Seal the Heavenly Spheres. Summon. We're going to go ahead and trigger Buster Drake to summon. We're going to link Buster Drake and Y Dragon Yearhead. Go ahead and summon Top Hat Hair, and then we're going to chain a bunch of effects. Chain Top Hat Hair, chain Buster Drake, and then chain the Assault Core. Assault Core is going to grab C. Buster Drake will grab any other union. We'll grab Zillion Tank because, and then we'll go ahead and set the trap. Go ahead and activate Galaxy Soldier. Discard a light summon. Effect, grab a second copy. And then activate the second one. Pitching to summon. Go ahead and link in Nova. And overlay into Infinity. And then go ahead and make our two fusions. A, B, and C. X, Y, and Z. There you go. That's the second line. Technically, you could make an additional monster if you wanted to. Summon both the other two pieces and go ahead and make Lambda for an additional material for an Infinity. I found that you could do it using this line, but inherently running Lambda is not ideal because after like turn 2, your opponent can't get rid of your end board. You have nothing to do. That's why I wanted to run the Avermax, because Avermax basically gives you just an entire big body to the opponent has to get over. Something that you can go into as a follow-up play. Because you're like, oh crap, what do I do? As the Lambda basically eats this spot. Same thing with the Zeus. Zeus is mainly just basically like, oh, Infinity can't do much else, so we're just going to go ahead and go into Zeus as a board wipe. You can inherently change Zeus into something else. I just figured Zeus would be helpful as another target. I do believe that's going to be all the combos for now. There is a handful of 2-card combos. I will go over those at a later date. The video is just getting long. It's already going to be like almost 40 minutes. I'm going to do a couple test hands for this video, and then either this Friday or next Friday, I'll put out the second wave of combos for this deck. Because most of the time, you're just going to do your typical 1-card combo. That's why the 2-card combos, the 3-card combo aren't going to inherently come up as often. But I will go over them. So, let's go ahead and move on to the test hands. Okay, now, for our test hand, we inherently don't have anything super great. We opened X-Head Cannon, unfortunately, but we still have a way to get into Union Activation, which is perfectly fine, because we can send off Union Activation, take rid of the X-Head Cannon, and still grab Cross Cannon, which is great. We open Field Spells. Technically, this is a 1-card combo, and luckily, we still have Cross Cannon in hand, X-Head Cannon in hand. Let's go ahead and play this. We're going to go ahead and activate Union, Hanger. We already have the pieces we need. We have B in hand already, so we're just going to grab a Yearhead for now, because inherently, that's the only card we really necessarily need. And even if they ash this right now, that's perfectly okay. We have plenty of ways to get the card. So we're going to go ahead and normal summon Buster Drake. Effect, we're going to go ahead and just equip Union Driver. I'm going to use Union Driver effect to give us a second body. It doesn't really matter what you summon here. I'm just going to use A just to get another piece in grave. Go ahead and activate A to summon. And this is where we're going to link into Platinum. Then we're going to go ahead and activate the B engrave. Not going to chain A. Don't necessarily need it. You don't necessarily need the add, but I'm just going to go ahead and grab Zillion Tank Mom here. So I already have 2 names out of the 2 searchable names that we need. So if we get ashed at all, or was ashed there, this is inherently basically perfectly fine because we have the 2 names we need to fulfill combo as of right now and no hindrance. We're going to go ahead and activate Platinum. Platinum's going to summon X Yearhead Cannon. Go ahead and summon Yearhead. And we're going to go ahead and attach the Buster Drake from Grave. Go ahead and activate Buster Drake and summon it. We're going to go ahead and contact into Union Controller. Union Controller is going to activate. Going to go ahead and grab us Union Activation. Now, Union Activation is going to go ahead and send the card from hand to grab Cross Cannon. Which is inherently going to be more useful for us. We're going to use Cross Cannon's effect to summon itself. And then it's going to go ahead and activate. And we're going to equip Torque Tune Gear. Summon Torque Tune Gear. We don't inherently need a card off of the controller, but you technically could summon the other B if you're inclined to, just for an additional name. We don't need it, but you can use it. We're going to go ahead and synchro into Riser. Shooting Riser effect. So I'm going to go ahead and dump Crush Wyvern. And we're going to go ahead and synchro again into Ancient Fairy. I'm just going to use Cross Cannon because we don't necessarily need the add. So we're just going to go Cross Cannon just to mitigate the effectiveness. I'm going to go ahead and activate through Special Summon Zillion Tank. This is basically the rest of the monsters we're going to need for the rest of the turn. Zillion Tank's going to go ahead and grab Yearhead, and then Yearhead is going to go ahead and automatically summon effect. Go ahead and grab Assault Core. I'm going to go ahead and overlay to Photon. I'm going to trigger the Assault Core. I'm going to grab Torque Tune Gear back. Activate Photon. Pitch. Grab Galaxy Soldier, add it to the hand. We're going to go ahead and activate Galaxy Soldier. Pitch Torque Tune Gear. Summon itself. Effective Galaxy Soldier. I'm going to go ahead and add another copy. We'll trigger Engineer Fairy Dragon's other effect. Pop the field spell. Grab another name. Go ahead and activate Disc Coliseum. Disc Coliseum is going to grab us a Regulus. Going to summon Regulus, equipping Assault Core. And we're going to go ahead and link into Hieratic Seal. We're going to activate Assault Core to summon. I'm going to link those two into Top Hat Hair. We're going to chain some effects. We're going to chain 1 hat, chain 2 Buster Drake, and then chain 3 Assault Core. I'm going to go ahead and grab Crush. We're going to grab Zillion Tank for next turn. We're going to use Set the Trap card. We're going to go and activate Galaxy Soldier, pitching the Wyvern to summon. We're going to overlay into Nova, and into Infinity. Then we're going to fuse ABC. A, B, and C, Dragon Buster, and then Dragon Cannon. So X, Y, Z. So, overall end board is typically what you want to make. Still with 3 cards in hand, so we have one activation of each card, Failure in hand, and another negate on field. So, overall, really, really good test hand. Opening a way to get to Union activation with opening exit cannon is perfectly fine. It's as long as you have a way to get to Union activation. That's all that matters. So we're going to go ahead and do one more test hand. I do believe that's going to be it. Alrighty, so for this test hand, it's basically, again, just your typical one-card combo. The unfortunate part is we're going to have to eat 2 cards in hand for the solid fact that we opened both copies of Galaxy Soldier, which means we're going to end on a 3-card hand, because we have to use the 3 cards out of our hand to really do anything. So it means we're not going to have the full 5 cards if we just opened Union Activation and any other 2 cards. So we're just going to go ahead and activate Union Activation, send X-Head Cannon, grab Cross Cannon. And this plays out like you typically would, normal summon Cross Cannon effect. I'm going to go ahead and equip Buster Drake, summon Buster Drake, and link for Platinum. Buster Drake will trigger. Go ahead and grab Earhead. I'm going to use the effect of Platinum Gadget. Summon Earhead. Earhead effect will trigger. I'm going to go ahead and equip Buster Drake. Buster Drake. Summon. And we're going to contact. Go into Union Controller. Going to activate Union Controller. Going to grab the field spell of a Union Hanger. Union Hanger effect. It's going to trigger. Going to grab a Torque Tune Gear. Going to grab Torque Tune Gear. We're going to go ahead and effect of Union Controller Special Torque Tune Gear. Then the effect of Union Hanger is going to equip a Assault Core. And this is where we just synchro Torque Tune and Union Controller into Shooting Riser. We're going to chain Shooting Riser's effect, and then chain into Assault Core. We'll go ahead and grab Torque Tune Gear. And the effect, we're going to go ahead and send Crush. Now we're going to synchro into Ancient Fairy. Effect of Buster Drake. Going to grab us Zillion Tank. Going to use Ancient Fairy's effect to summon Zillion Tank. Summon. Zillion Tank effect is going to go ahead and summon Earhead. Earhead is going to summon itself. Activate the effect. We're going to go ahead and equip Assault Core from Grave. We're going to go ahead and overlay. Actually, we're going to use Assault Core to summon itself as well, just so we don't got to worry about that later. Trigger the other effect of Ancient Fairy. Pop. We're going to go ahead we're going to add that other field spell. We're going to add activate Disc Coliseum. Add Regulus. Activate Regulus. Equip Buster Drake. And we're going to go ahead and overlay. Overlay into Photon. No effect of Photon this time because we don't need it. We're going to go ahead and immediately link into Heretic Seal. Now we're going to go ahead and activate Buster Drake to summon itself. And we're going to go ahead and link into Top Hat. Link. We're going to chain a bunch of stuff. We're going to chain 1, chain 2, chain 3. I'm going to go ahead and grab Crush. Grab a Zillion Tank for follow-up. Now we're going to set the trap card. Now we're going to activate Galaxy Soldier, pitch Torque Tune Gear, summon, activate the second copy, pitch Crush, summon. I'm going to go ahead and overlay into Nova, then into Infinity, and then this is where we fuse. Go ahead into X, Y, and Z for Dragon Hyper Cannon. Sorry, XYZ Dragon, XYZ Hyper Dragon Cannon, and then into A, B, C, A, B, and C into Dragon Buster. Then we're going to go ahead and set the imperm over here, and then you go. You have 2 additional interactions with 1 card follow-up, and then 1 use of either your destruction or your banish. Sadly, you didn't open any other card. That's the one downside with this deck. That there's so many combo pieces, you end up opening some of them, so you don't necessarily have the hand slot that you would want. Like, say you open just Valor, Ash, Droll. Open 3 hand traps, another name, like any other piece, like another Assault Core, and then Cross Cannon. You would keep your entire hand for the most part, and you would end up with still 1 card in hand for 2 activations, one of both Dragon Cannon and Dragon Buster. So yeah, I do believe that's going to be it. Again, as I mentioned earlier, I will do more combos with this deck later on, either sometime this week or next week, just for the fact that the 2-card combos are inherently a little more breaky, I want to say, or when you get stopped. That's mainly when the 2-card combos come into play. Because they start off as a 1-card combo, and then they can go into the 2-card for the solid fact that's when they typically get stopped. Or you don't have anything to play off of. Like, you open a name and then you get an activation. Yeah, it's inherently not great because basically that is just the field spell. But basically it's a 2-card variant of the field spell. But yeah, this has been the Cardman's Cards. I'm the Cardman. This has been Union Combos and Test Hands. And until next time, like, comment, subscribe. Keep collecting.